I'm going to have a 16th party. Well, hope's going to be in February, but I want ideas.
I suppose you're 16, you can't really drink booze yet, or any drugs, because that's illegal. 16, right now, you will be legally allowed to have sexual partners.
Warning, Dave's content is not for the weak. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today we're going to be talking about Russell Brand and his long list of accusations. As you know, on Saturdays I like to give you guys these small documentaries about celebrities, what's going on in the world, or any trending topics. As you know, there's a lot of accusation that resurfaced about Russell Brand this week. And to be honest with you, the more research I did on this, the creepier it got. Like him apologizing for inappropriately touching a woman, and the woman has evidence of that through text. It gets creepy. So, Russell Brand, if you're watching this, you gotta give us some answers. But without further ado, let's get straight to the video. Russell Edward Brand was born in June 4th, 1975, in England. He emerged as a shining star in the realm of comedy, acting, writing, and advocacy. Russell's journey begins amidst family turmoil, as his parents, Barbara Elizabeth and Ronald Henry Brand, separated when he was just 6 months old. Raised primarily by his mother, Russell's early years were marked by a burning desire for self-expression and creativity. At the tender age of 15, he stepped into the spotlight, making his theatrical debut in high school production of Bugsy Malone. This initial taste of the stage ignited a passion within him. Russell soon ventured into the world of film as an extra, gradually paving his way to stardom. His pursuit of the art led him to grade school, and in 1991, he achieved a milestone when the Italia Conti Academy welcomed him, with his first year of tuition funded by Essex County Council.
If they don't give me bail, they take me straight to prison, right?
Russell's determination and talent were evident from the outset. Later, he crossed the Atlantic to become an MTV presenter in the UK, establishing himself as a prominent figure in the media landscape. In 2004, Russell Brand's star reached new heights when he became the host of Big Brother's Big Mouth, a spin-off of the popular reality show Big Brother.
There was a fanfare, as if it weren't enough that I had them pants of power. Okay, so Ruder's gone, happy now? Are you happy now, Lauren?
His charismatic presence and quick wit endeared him in viewers across the nation.
I'm Russell, and thank you.
The early 2000s marked the zenith of Russell's popularity, thanks to his stand-up comedy prowess and notable film roles in Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Get Him to the Greek. Yet, Brand is not merely a comedian and actor. He is also a fierce advocate for social and political causes close to his heart. Russell Brand's literary contributions are equally noteworthy. His book, including My Bookie Book and Revolution. The books delve deep into his personal experiences, shed light on his battle with addiction, and present a revisionary perspective on social change.
Hello, as you can see, I'm Russell Brand. I'm promoting this book, My Bookie Book 2. Promoting it, I suppose, is a very blunt way of saying I'm endorsing it because I wrote it. Enough good. Let me just read a bit randomly. That's what the situation in the Middle East needs. Heavily armed paedophiles. That's the sort of thing that's in my book. Now, out of context, that's not helpful. But in context, I somehow make that make sense. If you want to make sense of that.
Beyond the glamour of Hollywood, Russell Brand has emerged as a passionate activist. His advocacy extends to additional recovery and mental health, where he champions alternative approaches to treatment and shares his own journey overcoming substance abuse. In 2007, Russell secured his first major film role in St. Trinian's.
You shouldn't be laughing at that. That is too medieval. You should probably see a counsellor. Don't leave her on her own.
Followed by a pivotal part in the romantic comedy drama Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Beautiful woman that's here today, it's Miss Sarah Marshall, there she is.
Russell Brand's versatility extended to voice acting as he lent his voice to animated films such as Despicable Me.
I want you to know that in spite of what happened today, to me you'll always be one of the greats.
What happened?
It's all over the news. Some fella just stole a pyramid. They're saying he makes all other villains look.
Despicable Me 2.
Sinister plots, large-scale crimes. It's what I live for.
And Trolls.
It is hug time. Our hearts are synchronizing.
Not confined by the screen, Russell has also embraced the world of radio and podcasting. He hosted the Russell Brand Show from 2006 to 2008, with intermittent returns in 2010, 2013, and 2017.
What? The old snake dragging a handbag? One of the great tattoos of our time.
However, like many public figures, his life was not without its share of controversy. Various allegations and negative incidents swirled around him at different junctures of his journey. These controversies were an inseparable part of Russell Brand's journey to fame and fortune. In 2006, a shocking incident came to light. A woman alleged that Russell Brand sexually assaulted her during a 3-month relationship when she was just 16 years old and still in school. At that time, Brand, age 30, was a BBC radio presenter and host of Big Brother's Big Mouth. Their encounter began when Brand approached her in Leicester Square after a shopping trip and proceeded to scrutinize her purchases. He even picked out a dress for her to wear on their upcoming date.
He saw me and he'd asked what my business was there. I'd just been to Topshop. He took the shopping bags from my hands and picked a dress out and he said, "Okay, you're going to wear that on a date with me."
Disturbed by the age gap, the young woman confided in her mother, who advised her to disclose the true age to Brand. However, Brand seemed unuttered, and on their date, asked her to confirm her age as 16. What followed in the subsequent weeks was deeply troubling. Brand allegedly referred to her as the child, displaying the controlling and emotional abusive behavior.
Everything was over. One of his friends came round to the house. They both drove me to the tube station. He reached his hand behind the car seat and was holding my hand behind the seat like my mum does when she's in the car. And it made me feel like, I felt very small. I felt like a little kid.
Worse still, he sent a card to her school to whisk her away from classes, going to great lengths to keep their relationship hidden from her parents. He instructed her to save his name as Carly in her phone to deceive her parents, and he would also provide her with scripts in how to lie to them. In 2007, another girl named Jordan Martin came forward with allegations of sexual assault and abuse during her 6-month relationship with Brand. She claimed that an incident occurred at the Lowry Hotel in Manchester when Brand became furious upon learning that she had spoken to an ex-boyfriend. He proceeded to physically and emotionally abuse her, even assaulting her sexually. Martin's account for this event was detailed in a book published in 2014. Although she declined to be interviewed by investigative reporters, she affirmed her story to the Sunday Times. Brand, on the other hand, vehemently denies all the allegations made by the Sunday Times, yet notably, he has never challenged the content of Martin's book. Fast forward to 2012, where another woman alleged that Brand raped her at his Los Angeles home in July 2012. She had refused to engage in sexual activities with one of Brand's acquaintances. She asserts that she pled with Brand to stop and let her leave, but he persisted and briefly blocked her exit. She received immediate medical attention at the Rape Treatment Center and underwent 5 months of therapy. Although she contemplated legal actions, record shows that she ultimately decided to go against it. In 2013, yet another woman claimed to have experienced sexual assault at Brand's Los Angeles home. She stated that they initially met at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting before collaborating on a project. According to her accounts, Brand tried to kiss her and forcibly remove her clothing while pinning her down. She screamed for him to stop, saying, "Why are you doing this? Please, you're my friend." Eventually, Brand relented, but then angrily declared that she was fired. Years later, she spoke to someone who had been present at the time of the incident and received an apology for not intervening. Brand himself sent text messages apologizing for his crazy and selfish behavior. In 2020, the woman who accused Brand of sexually assaulting her during their 3-month relationship when she was 16 contacted his literary agent at the time. Brand's lawyer denied the allegations and accused her of seeking financial gain. Tavistock Wood, the agency associated with Brand's agent, terminated all professional ties with him, stating that they believed they had been misled. In 2023, a comprehensive investigation by the Times, Sunday Times, and Channel 4 Dispatch unveiled a series of allegations against Brand. In a video posted online the night before the reporter's publications, Brand vehemently denied all claims, insisting that his relationship had always been consensual.
Hello there, you Awakening Wonders. Now, this isn't the usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received two extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff like my community festival should be stopped, that I shouldn't be able to attack mainstream media narratives on this channel. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute.
These allegations, he explained, pertain to a specific phase of his career when he was operating in the mainstream. In his words, during the period he was very, very promiscuous.
As I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well.
Brand was quickly to point out that at the time, he was always transparent about his consensual nature of his relationship, a transparency that he maintained now. However, what deeply troubles Brand is the transformation of his transparency into something criminal. He adamantly rejects such characterization and questions whether there might be ulterior motives at play.
And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question.
He considered these allegations part of a series of very serious allegations and emerging with context of what he calls astonishing, rather barrack attacks, including those directed at his own channel. Brand is no stranger to the world of media skirmish. He highlighted past instances of coordinated media attacks on his figure, like Joe Rogan on his choice to take the deworming drug named ivermectin for COVID-19 treatment in 2021.
Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of, and we saw a spate of headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language.
For Brand, being painted as a conspiracy theorist isn't new. His podcast, Stay Free with Russell Brand, has touched on topics like natural immunity versus vaccine, and he's openly admitting to maintain an open mind about 9/11 terror attacks, sparkling debates and discussion that continues to swirl around him.
I think it's interesting that at this time where we have so little trust in our political figures, where ordinary people have so little trust in their media, that we have to remain open-minded to any kind of possibility. I don't know. I think you're correct. Do you trust the American government? Do you trust the British government?
The situation took another turn when the Times disclosed that several women had come forward with new allegations involving Brand. The gravity of these allegations led government ministries Caroline Noakes to urge Scotland Yard to take a closer look, emphasizing that celebrities can act as a shield. Scotland Yard promptly acknowledged the media report regarding these allegations, but clarified that they had not received any official reports urging potential victims to come forward. The repercussions of these allegations were swift. Brand's upcoming stand-up shows in the UK, part of his bipolarization tour, were postponed in response. Despite the mounting controversy, he did proceed with the show in September 16, where he received a standing ovation. However, Brand acknowledged that there were certain topics he could not discuss that night. Adding to the complexity of the situation, a new sexual assault allegation emerged dating back to 2003. The Metropolitan Police confirmed their contact with the woman involved, offering her support. In the midst of all these allegations, a resurfaced clip from Brand's BBC radio show, The Russell Brand Show, stirred controversy. In this 2007 audio clip, Brand suggested to a 15-year-old caller that she should have sex-themed birthday party.
Well, I'm going to have a 16th party. Well, hope it's going to be in February, but I want ideas.
I suppose you're 16, you can't really drink booze yet, or any drugs, because that's illegal. 16, right now you will be legally allowed to have sexual partners.
A remark that has since ignited discussion about his appropriateness. Amidst these explosive allegations, companies swiftly distanced themselves from Russell Brand. On September 16, the Times UK, the Sunday Times, and Channel 4 Dispatcher's report was released, prompting a cascade of consequences for Russell Brand.
I think perpetrator of sexual assault, but it is very dangerous for us to have this conversation. I'm happy to have it.
Why?
But it is a litigious minefield. Every time these things are eventually proven, and you look at Bill Cosby and you look at Harvey Weinstein and you look at the unmentionable British personality.
While he continued to deny allegations, companies including Comedy Central took action. In 2018, he was dropped from the Comedy Central series Roast Battles after fellow judge Catherine Ryan repeatedly labeled him a sexual predator on the show. These allegations have prompted Brand to take a bold step, bidding farewell to YouTube due to concern over censorship. It all began when one of his videos faced a chopping block, accusing of spreading COVID-19 misinformation. Brand never wanted to shy away from the spotlight. He made it abundantly clear that he views precision in conveying information as paramount. It must be absolutely 100% accurate. As time went by, the tone of Brand's video took a sharp turn, veering into the realm of conspiracies and conservative ideologies, even delving into vaccine skepticism. Throughout his career, Brand, who readily admits to being a narcissist,
I think there's times in my life where I would have had to categorize myself as a narcissist,
has sought attention on YouTube. It was the embrace of right-wing talking points to garner likes and shares aplenty. With over 6.6 million subscribers, his channel now serves as a platform for commentaries of global political events and earnest views with conservative figures like Ron DeSantis. The plot thickens when September 19, YouTube slammed the door on Brand monetization efforts, effectively cutting off his earning from advertisements and promotions on the platform. YouTube justified this move by citing a comment to protect the community from creators whose actions off platforms might harm users, employees, or the ecosystem. In the aftermath of this upheaval, Brand has found a new heaven on Rumble, where he believes he can express himself without the looming specter of censorship.
We have had to move to Rumble to assure that we are not censored further. We will continue to upload on YouTube for as long as they allow us, but we would prefer you join us on Rumble.
Adding another layer of complexity to his narrative, conspiracy theorists have floated the idea that Brand is being deliberately targeted for his outspoken criticism of big pharmaceutical companies.
You know that the pharmaceutical industry is the biggest revenue generator for mainstream media.
Notably, influential figures like Elon Musk, Andrew Tate, and Tucker Carlson have rallied behind Russell Brand in the aftermath of the allegations. Musk, never one to shy away from controversy, responded by suggesting that Brand is facing a coordinated media attack due to his right-wing critics of media. Musk wrote, "Of course, they don't like competition." The infamous social media influencer Andrew Tate, currently facing his own legal challenges, offering his support to Brand, accompanied by a cartoon image of a knight ready to combat crazy allegation. He further wrote, "Welcome to the club." Political commentator Carlson joined the chorus, emphasizing that daring to criticize drug companies or question the war in Ukraine often invites such repercussions. These voices of support add an intriguing dimension to Brand's controversial journey as he navigates turbulent waters in the world of media. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about what's going on in this Russell Brand accusation. At the time of this recording, nothing else happened really, but I will keep you guys updated. But I will say this, I don't like how whenever a woman come out with a accusation, the whole world automatically believes them. It's like you're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to question the validity of the accusation, even though it can ruin the guy's career. Like you coming out and saying, yeah, Russell Brand touched me in 2003. He did something to me, but I want to come out in 2024 and tell my story. It's like, I get it, but at the same time, why'd you wait so long? But we're not allowed to say that. We're not allowed to question these type of things, and I rebuke that. Like, what's the statute of limitation when it comes to a false allegation? If a woman come out and say, yeah, in 1955, Russell Brand touched me funny, and now I want repercussions. Like, what do we do with that information? Are we collectively going to cancel Russell Brand? Now, don't get me wrong, I empathize with the victims. Like, yeah, a lot of women get touched, but we're not about to act like these women don't be lying or don't be wanting financial gain out of a man's success. It happens all the time. So as a society, I encourage all of us to make rational decisions and not just jump onto one side and completely ignore the other. Like, we're not doing that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys like these documentaries. Let me know who you would like me to cover next. And yeah, I'm out. If you like that video, I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So like, share, and subscribe and get me there. Thank you.